Hi and welcome to tutorial number 7 on text. Alright, let's get started by first going to the Annotate tab and then here selecting single line text. The command line prompts us saying specify start point of text or the justify and style option. The J, if you hit J here, you can change the justification to center and you can change the text style, which we'll talk about in just a minute. So let's just say here is where we want to start the text. And it asks what you want your text height to be. So if we're drawing in 1:1 ratio, so 6 here means we want our text to be 6 feet tall. And our drawing scale is 1 inch. 1 inch equals 60 feet in this drawing. And we generally want to keep our text height at 1/10 of our drawing scale. So 6 feet would be correct. So we'll hit enter. And then the rotation angle of the text is 0. Let's hit enter. And now we can type the text. Hi, my name is Sarah. We hit enter twice and it'll close the command. So let me show you that again. Not zoomed out so far. So, hi, I'm Tara. And when I hit enter, I can type in a new line. Hit enter again. I could do another line or hit enter again and it ends the command. So in this situation, I typed 2 different lines of text and I can now separate them and use them separately. In multi-line text, it's more like a text box. So it's asking for the first corner and then the opposite corner. But before you click again to show the opposite corner, you can change a lot of the properties of this text box here at the command line. You can change the height of the text, justification, line spacing, rotation, style, width, and columns. And remember, this text, no matter how many lines, will be treated as one object. But I'm just going to click here. Hi, I'm Tara. I have 2 kids. And that's it. Now close the text editor. And when I select that, it is grouped together as one object. I generally like using multi-line text. You can copy text from a notepad or Word document and paste it directly into this text box, so it's kind of convenient. But there are other situations when just single line text is appropriate. So those are the 2 types of text we're going to talk about today. In a different tutorial, we'll talk about dimensioning multi-letters and things like that. But we're also going to talk about something very important called text style and font. And so let's just type style at the command line. This is the text style manager. And here you can create styles and then associate a font and a height if you wish, a width factor, an oblique angle. So an oblique angle will italicize the text basically. So we can create new text styles. Standard is the default. So when I typed the text in previously on the screen, it chose automatically the standard text style, and that text style uses the font Simplex. So you could have a text style for different things. Most of the ones that I've used before at my job have just been basically the name of the font. But I can see where you could use this. Say you want to label utilities all in a certain way. So you could create a text style named utilities, a specific font for that, and oblique angle and width factor associated with it. And that way all your utilities are standardized and labeled the same way. So you could create them and set them up that way to create a more consistent drafting among numerous drafters in the office, or just for yourself. So let's create one called Arial, and let's change the font name here to Arial. And so now you can see that it's an Arial font. You could change the width factor to 2 if you wanted. You could give it an oblique of 15, 30, 30 if you wanted. And so that's how you would create a text style. Okay, so now let's say apply and close. And it's the current one right now. Let's go ahead and do single line here. That's fine. 6, rotation 0. Let's say hi. There. Now this I created it with an oblique, so it did it, italicized it, and that's how it did that. But now it's done to that style, and that's how text styles work. You can also change the properties of text by again going to that properties box, and when you double click on text it lets you edit the text right there, which is really convenient if you need to edit the text. But to look at the properties you're going to have to either right click and hit properties or go to the properties toolbox over here. And you can change the color, plot style, thickness here. You can change the height. You can change the rotation. Remember in our lecture we learned that if you want to incline text, 68 degrees is the common rotation. So if you type 68 here, it puts it at that incline level. So, and then we have our obliquing, which we can change here. So this text box can be quite helpful. Also, I want to note if you select more options, you can change all of them at once here. So that's kind of handy too. And if you have objects here, and you still want to change just all the text, then you can click on text and 68 degrees to change the incline. So you can weed out the things that you want with the properties. I really love the properties toolbox if you haven't noticed yet. So I find it very helpful in editing things. So basically that is how you create and edit text. And that's it for this week. And I hope you've learned enough and get started on the homework. And if you have any questions, just let me know.